So hey guys, and welcome to another Sunday ride series. So I've still got a hold of the Bonneville T120 that I'm on today. I've also got the sound recorder in the back so you can hear the tone of the exhaust pipes on this bike. So yeah, let's get out and let's get a route in. As you can see, I've got my new jacket on that I bought while we were having the heat wave, and this jacket is from Revit. It's a mesh jacket. It's got CE armour in the elbows, the shoulders. Doesn't come with a back protector, but I have plenty of spare ones that I popped in. But yeah, it's keeping me nice and cool today. Temperature's slightly up on what it was a few days ago. So yeah, first try of the new jacket. It looks the part. It feels really comfy, and with the mesh panels on it, it's blowing a lot of cool air through, which is what I need today. So let's get to it, start the bike up, and let you hear that raw sound. So we're starting the ride just outside of Hornby, and a little back road that goes down over a very old bridge, and then I'm going to head up towards Kirby Lonsdale. Going to nip into Kirby Lonsdale town, and there's a sweet shop that I want to get my girls some sweets from. They've been asking me for quite a while to get me something from there, so I'll nip in, show you that, and then from there we're going to head up towards Sedbergh, and then we're going to go over towards Kendal and round via Oxenholme station, back through Crooklands, and then back down towards Lancaster again. So a little ride out today, but it's nice to get some miles in on the Bonneville. By now you'll have seen the first ride video and me running through the specs of this thing. It really is a lovely bike to plod about on a weekend. One thing I can't get over is how comfortable the bike is. It's really, really nice to ride. And that parallel twin noise from the engine just makes it all the more nicer. So what have I been up to last few weeks? Well, as you can see, I've been testing a load of Triumphs, but also I had a bee sting actually, or a wasp sting on my elbow that I mentioned in a previous video. So actually this jacket comes with removable elbow pads, which I've taken the left one out. Main reason for that is my elbow is still swollen up, and when it pushes against the elbow pad it really hurts. So I've taken that out and I'm all comfy. It is going down, the swelling, so hopefully in a few days time that will all be healed and better. And then I should be going on holiday on Saturday, but that's all cancelled, to Mallorca, various reasons, not to be I'm afraid. So yeah, so I'm happy on one respect that I get to get the MT10 SP out and get some rides in. I've got 10 days off work, not sure what I'm going to do yet. I need to spend some time with the family. Obviously it's their holiday too, but I will be getting more riding in, which is fantastic. Looks like a pair of Triumph Tigers in front. Yet to try a Tiger. Actually I did ride one once, and when I was looking for a new bike I went to test ride one down at Fleetwood, company called Raceways, and they had a second-hand one in. Not sure what year it was now, but I didn't quite get on with it. It was quite an old one at the time, and yeah, it just didn't feel right. I had quite a few miles on it. I had a pass on that, and then I ended up with the MT10 SP, so all good. But yeah, I hope to get a couple of Tigers, maybe the 800 and the 1200 to test ride as we go towards October this year, and also maybe get a little bit of off-roading. So having researched and looked at different mesh jackets, I decided to go for the Revit one that you see on me just now. The actual jacket itself, I liked it because it was nice, like a dark brown colour. From a distance it looks like a leather jacket, but it's not, it's all mesh and textile. Looking at it when it arrived, it's really well built. really well built. I'm very impressed with it. And I believe Revit are actually a company from the Netherlands. So it's the first time I'm trying some of their gear out, so I'm really happy with it. Also, I have spotted a really nice leather jacket, a brown leather jacket, which I would quite like, but I think if I do bite the bullet and buy a Triumph Classic, then I'll have to go with some nice tan leather, I think. So we're just coming through Arcombe, nice little village. And then I always mention it, you've got Jim Bowen's house just up here, the station, right next to the railway line. If you remember back in the 80s with a bit of bullseye. So that's just round the corner, just here. Just to my left, just there. And one thing I'm liking about some of these classic Triumphs is you can have a really lovely day out on them, really comfy riding position. Just plod through these lanes and just enjoy the scenery. We've got some of the most beautiful scenery, especially at this time of year with it all being green and summer around Lancashire and into the Lake District. It's a wonderful place to come if you've not been before. So what's to come on the channel? Well, we've got the Triumph Rocket 3, and that's coming I think on the 1st of September. That gets delivered. So we've got a break from Triumphs. This goes back on Tuesday. The next one will be the Rocket 3. So we've got a 3-week break where we can get out on the MT10 SP. Been leaving her out a little bit, so we'll get some nice trips in on that. And then after the Rocket 3 we have the Scrambler XE coming, the 1200 version. And then following that we are hoping to get the Speed Triple RS, the latest one, and then following that will be the Speed Twin, the new launch one a couple of weeks back, or a few weeks back now. I think the COVID situation and the travelling has hampered quite a few motorcycle manufacturers with doing launches abroad, and I know it's nice to go abroad and do some launches in some warmer weather. I don't think you can beat some of these UK roads when we've got great weather, but it's unpredictable, isn't it? Especially with the deluge of rain that we've had in the last week or so. So I see the guy in front's got a Drift Innovation camera on the side of his helmet. Now on my early videos, very early videos, I used to use one of those. Great camera. And I don't think they've developed it that well because the later versions weren't as good as the earlier versions. And I'm getting a lot of questions. Actually, one of my biggest watched videos is the best helmet camera setup, where I show the helmet camera setup that I use with the Osmo Action. So yeah, so the camera setup, the Osmo Action is not the best camera to try and set up. And while I think there's many good functions on it, like the single press record and the buttons are easy to find when you've got gloves on, the microphone or the sound coming out of the Osmo Action I believe is just mono, it's not stereo, and it's very hard to find a lavalier mic put inside your helmet that will actually be crystal clear and not clipping. Now while I'm vlogging with this setup I do have to talk quite quietly, and you actually hear me quite well with not too much clipping. But if I actually speak at my normal voice tone, or shout or speak up a little bit, it'll actually be quite crackly. So that's the secret. And the other secret is, if you can imagine putting the microphone in a fishbowl and seal it up, your sound's going to be terrible trying to pick up anything inside the fishbowl. But once you open or get some air into the fishbowl, the sound is better. So what I do is I actually crack the top vents on my helmet open, and also the one in front of my mouth a little bit, and that lets a little bit of air into the helmet and doesn't make it sort of a fishbowl effect. So that's the secret, and that's how I do it. I do believe the Osmo Action is a better camera than the GoPro, especially the latest 8 and 9s. And the old 7 where you used to have a brick of a microphone adapter. And although the sound is a little bit better from the GoPros currently, easier to set up, I think when October comes there's meant to be a new Osmo Action 2 coming out. There's two gripes I have with this camera. One of them is the microphone. It's not the easiest thing to get right. And the second thing is the field of view is not as wide as GoPro. So while I'm on this bike just here, I noticed in the first ride video you can see all the dash and a bit of the tank and the mirrors, and that's mainly because of the style of the bike, so I'm sat quite well back. But when I'm on my MT10 or anything more sporty, you generally just see the road in front of you. And if you put it into stabilization mode, which I'm not in currently, it crops the picture even more. So GoPro is definitely a wider field of view, and on the Osmo Action 2 that will be released when it comes, there's no date yet though, so I believe the field of view will be equal to the GoPro, and they will have sorted the sound out. So that would be my next purchase on a camera that I would put on the front of my helmet, and I'll keep the other two Osmo Actions that I have for other usage. One camera I am pleased with, and that's the Insta360 One X2, which you see just in front of me on the handlebars here, and that gives me a really nice wide angle shot back at me for when I'm talking, or if you want to hang it on the side of the bike and do some nice trick shots and things. It's a really versatile camera, so I really like that compared to the Insta360 One R that I have also currently. And if any of you are asking, I notice a couple of you have asked what's on top of it, like lens protector. Well, it's very new. Insta360 have just launched that new professional lens protector, and it's better than the actual lens protectors that stick on. I found those to distort the picture a little bit, but also they made the picture a little bit darker. So we're just at Kirby Lonsdale. Just going to head into the town here to the old sweet shop and get some sweets for the kids and for me. A bit of a sweet tooth. Lovely old historic town. What we'll do is we'll do a loop of it. You can see all the old buildings just here. Perfectly fits well with the Bonneville. So you've got a chocolate shop just on the right hand side just there, and then we'll just rise up above the town a little bit just here before we head right and drop back down into the other side. Now I need to remember where the sweet shop is, because I've never been before, but for some reason it cropped up on my Facebook this morning, as things do, and I thought, yep, I'll go and get the kids something from there. All these stone cottages just here. These are actually new, but these down here aren't. Quite old. Some of the buildings are dated on the front. A couple of nice little restaurants also here. Got Sun Inn and the King's Arms Hotel just here. Red Dragon on the left, you've got Barclays just here on the right. And then the sweet shop actually is in the middle, in the centre just here. Okay, so good deed done for the day. Keep the kids happy. So now we're just going to head down past Devil's Bridge, the famous biker haunt, where you got Devil's Bridge snacks. You can get your lunch and a brew, and then we're going to head up that road at the side of Devil's Bridge and then head up towards Sedbergh. Awesome route. Just be careful of the speed camera just here, tucked behind the trees. Well, there's a few bikes at Devil's Bridge today. Just going to turn left just here. Now, parking for bikes on a weekend is only allowed at Devil's Bridge on the left. No cars are allowed. Yep, lots of bikes here today. Must say it's more pleasurable when it's warm to ride with a mesh jacket. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. It's alright when you're moving on bikes with textile stuff or leathers, but as soon as you stop you start to cook and sweat. But yeah, I'm very pleased. Now I think the modern technology in the fabrics and things now are a lot better. Old camera van there on its way to somewhere. Obviously was up this road. Now, I actually gave up wearing leathers quite a few years ago now, and I moved on to textiles because of the materials are more abrasion resistant and things, and most equal the strength of leather now, even jeans. So you may have seen I'm always wearing jeans, and these are the Bullet jeans that I wear. Very casual, come with hip protectors and knee protectors, full Kevlar lining inside, and they're actually quite a warm jean as well, so even in winter I can ride in these and they're as warm as my textile trousers. But when I've seen them testing these jeans, they actually drag a bloke behind a motorbike on different surfaces for a certain period of time, and they stand up really, really well. The only thing I need to do now, actually, because I'm wearing my RST Track Tech boots in summer because they're ventilated, they're like perforated leather. I'd like to get more casual boots, maybe some brown boots, and I see more and more now that the technology is moving on year, and even like the casual boots now for motorcycling are just as protective, really, except they don't come high enough up, maybe for your shin, that's all. But I quite fancy some. And then helmet wise, I think this helmet I've been using, it's coming up to about 4 years now, so they reckon change your helmet every 5 years, and I'm quite set in my ways that I like the HJC RPH Alpha 11 helmets. I've had 2 now, this is my second, and I'm not sure what to go for next in that range. They do so many different styles and colours, and you kind of get used to being known with a style of helmet or a colour. And while I could buy the same, quite fancy a change, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. I'll keep the money in my pocket. So I'm just plodding along at 50 mile an hour now on the Bonnie. Believe me, it'll go a lot faster, but what's the point? You know, I'm just taking in the roads, taking in the scenery, enjoying the ride, which is what it's all about. So we're just coming to the road end now. You can go right to Sedbergh. Dentdale, Kirby, Stephen and Hawes. Another fabulous route up to Hawes, A684, just right. Or you can carry on the A684 to my left, and that'll take you towards Kendal and the M6. So we're just going to go up this road and straight across the M6 motorway and up towards Kendal. This bike sure has got some torque. God knows what it's going to be like on the Rocket 3. That thing's 2.5 litres, 3 cylinders. And I think it's got more torque than a Ducati Panigale. And so let's just show you this jacket properly, because you can't really see it properly from the front camera. So as you can see, it's like a textile, and then you've got mesh at the top just here. You've got mesh down the sleeves, all up the inside of the arm. So you really get a good flow, and then you've got mesh in the back as well to take the hot air away. So yeah, really quite impressed. You've got a press stud at the top, and then a zip. You've got a nice section there to make the zip go in place, and then on the inside you've got a nice liner, and you've got a pocket in the side as well as 2 pockets on the outside. So yeah, quite happy with that. Just a press stud at the top there. You've got a press stud just at the bottom, or a Velcro strap should I say, just there. You've got some adjusters to adjust the waist, and then just at the back or the side, yeah, just to the side at the back, you've got 2 straps that you can clip round your belt or onto your jeans, whatever you're wearing, just to keep the back of the jacket down. But yeah, I quite like that, and I'll be buying more of the Revit gear as we go forward into the coming months, I think. But yeah, Triumph Bonneville T120, what a beauty. And yeah, I'm quite enjoying riding this beast. Got it for a couple of more days, so we'll get some more miles in on it. The final video will be, you'll have seen it by now actually, and that's my final thoughts on the Bonneville T120. So I'll pop a link to that just above, and you can see the final ride on this bike. Okay, right, let's get on. Now, one thing I will say, if you're ordering any clothing and you're putting a airbag vest underneath, then you must get at least a size up on the jacket. So I didn't actually on this mesh vest from Revit. I bought an XL. I'm 44-inch chest, so if you were buying any of the Revit clothing jacket wise, I'd always go a size up than what you normally are. The sizing seems a little small, so when I went a size up on this one, it's okay without my airbag jacket underneath, and that's why I put the back protector in today. But normally I would go a size up. If you do have a airbag jacket, I would probably go 2 sizes up if you wanted to fit it underneath this. But it is quite a fitted jacket, and underneath I've just got a t-shirt. So okay, let's go. So the road from here up towards the motorways, so it's a nice surface, there's no real potholes, a few tight corners, but then it goes nice and sweeping up and down as you go along, and the same again when you get across the motorway on the road that goes all the way into Kendal. One thing I do love about this bike is the torque, just the low down grunt that it has. Just pulls, every time you twist your throttle, it just pulls. Really nice. Not sure what the temperature is today. I think it's probably about 14-15 degrees. I think with a mesh jacket you want it to be above 18 really. Now I have been told that we're meant to be having a little bit of a heat wave again towards the end of August, so hopefully that will come, so at least I'll get some use out of this jacket before it goes away for winter. and then hopefully next year, if travel does open up, we'll manage to get some trips abroad, where I'll definitely be taking it with me. Now the armour it has on the elbows and the shoulder on this jacket are actually from Knox, so at least you've got good armour inside it, with Knox being a well-known UK armoured company. Guy's either taking it easy or he doesn't know the road. But it is, like I say, smooth as a baby. Just nice sweeping corners. A little bit windy up here, just on the tops. So the old windmills are turning there in the distance. Now we're just passing over the M6. North to the right, south to the left. And then we've got 6 miles now on the 684 still down into Kendal. We're not going to actually hit Kendal town, we're going to turn off left before it. Got some beautiful vistas in front of us, just down into the valleys. Again, road surface really nice. Now many years ago, my old man, my dad, used to have a brewery down here, like a microbrewery, and he used to make all these different beers and sell them to the local pubs and things. And I always remember that smell of the yeast fermenting in the big stainless steel drums and things. Used to love the smell of that. But I don't like beer. Don't mind lager, but any of the darker beers I'm not keen on. That's a nice scene, a bit of blue sky today, and a bit of sun's popping out. When the sun comes out, it's really hot. A few bikes out, 2 up today, so I must admit I prefer to ride single without a passenger. It's very rare that I have a passenger on the back, unless one of my daughters wants a little poodle out on the bike. So we're just dropping down now, and we'll be doing a left a little bit further down the road. But I just noticed that the bike's done about 650 miles when Triumph dropped it off with me, so it's barely run in really. I think first service is around 600 miles. Notice they don't actually let any of the press bikes out to anyone unless it's been run in properly. Understandable really with a lot of the press guys. I do see more and more media and press people really giving these bikes what for. Not necessarily the Bonnevilles, but other bikes as well, from all different manufacturers, and I'm not sure why they always take them on track. It kind of annoys the hell out of me really, because you watch a review on a bike and it's all on track, and you know, 90% of the biking community, do they ever really go regular on track? I just don't get it. I'd much rather see a review where it's on normal roads, real time, and that's what I've been trying to create really with the first rides and final thought videos on these bikes that I have for a week. I think it's a lot better in the real world to just give your opinion. Obviously it's not everyone's cup of tea on what you think of these bikes, how they compare in the real world. But so far I'm really impressed with a lot of the Triumph range. They really have made some outstanding motorcycles over the years, and even the latest ones that we're testing currently, just absolutely beautiful. I'm also looking forward to seeing some of their enduro and off-road stuff that they're planning to build as well, so hopefully we'll see something more on that soon. So yeah, we're just dropping down on the west of Kendal, just here, not into the town centre, and then at the bottom of this road we'll do a left, and then we'll head over towards Endemore and that way, and that will drop us back down towards junction 36, where we'll go straight across, and then we're probably going to head down towards Burton in Kendal and back down towards Carnforth. Brakes on this bike are absolutely super as well, even though they've only got the small Brembo calipers on the front. Standard master cylinder from Triumph. They are really, really effective. So yeah, if you want to go into the town centre, just do a right just here. I must admit, where these rubber pads are on the side of the tank, my knees and my inner thighs grip directly onto them, which is rather strange because I'm 6'2" and I've got long legs, so normally my knees actually miss all the pads on every bike I've ever owned or ridden, but I quite fit perfectly on this. I think it's because you sat a little bit further back on this. Yeah, but really nice. Nice to see that the actual pads work for once. So we're just coming up to Enmore, and then this road, like I say, will take us down to the motorway at junction 36. And at the end of this road there's a garage on the left just before the motorway junction. So if you are running short on fuel, you can fill up there. Storey homes, more new housing going up. So we're just coming up to the end of the road now, the roundabout. You can go right to the motorway just here, or you can go left towards Skipton. We'll head straight across. The A6070. And this road basically runs parallel with the M6 going south, and we'll head down to Carnforth, through Burton in Kendal, down towards Longlands. You got the Longlands Hotel, always a good place to pull up, get a spot of lunch. Lovely restaurant there, nice bar snacks, and also a great place for a sunset ride, and finish off with a nice shandy there, just sat outside on the tables. Must get one of those nights in soon, once the good weather comes back. So yeah, so we'll head down to Carnforth just now. Many thanks for viewing, guys, appreciate it, and if you're a new subscriber to the channel, as ever, appreciate it if you could support us and hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for future videos coming up. And like I said, we've got some exciting stuff coming on the channel, different bikes, first rides, last rides. So yeah, thanks again, and have a great week at work or whatever you're doing, guys, and I'll catch you on another video. Cheers.